Hello everyone, welcome to Trend Trader Weekly Market Analysis and Trade Update. And as usual with all our other updates and analysis, we start with our risk disclaimer. Here we say that whatever we share does not constitute financial advice. We are just sharing ideas. Each and every market participant, they have to make their own decision for their own investments. And for that, we can now start looking at some charts. We've got three assets that we're looking to add into our portfolio, and we'll also be discussing some gold stocks and give just a comment on how we see gold as it is from past week and what we expect to see from gold this week. And then we'll cover some gold stocks, and then in the end we'll give some market update or some trade updates of the trades that we took in the previous weeks. Okay, so for the first companies that we are looking to add into our portfolio, we are looking at British American Tobacco. As you can see, British American Tobacco closed above the 200-day moving average last week. So to us, this signal, buy signal. Also something that we have to note is that the market, it retraced back to this resistant level, but then again, the previous swing low is higher than this low level. So what we see here, it's a higher low. So now we expect this market to continue to trend higher, and for that reason we are looking to buy, but our signal is the close above the 200-day moving average. So yeah, British American Tobacco is the first company that we want to add into our portfolio. The second company that we've been looking at, we think now it's probably the third time talking about it, is Naspers. As we mentioned in our previous two videos, that Naspers closed above the 200-day moving average. So it's still holding that level pretty much very well, even though there is a bit of resistance here in the 50-day moving average, because it would have been much better if it closed above the 50-day moving average and continued to trade higher. So the 200-day moving average is still holding the uptrend very well. So for that reason, we will be buying Naspers again, yeah, for the second time this year. And we are also looking to add an ETF into our portfolio. This is the Africa Rhodium ETF. Okay, this one is available on Easy Equities. I don't know which other Rhodium ETFs are available, but the reason we want to buy this Rhodium ETF, it's because the price has been holding the 20-day moving average very well. So that is a sign of strength that the trend is very much intact. So looking to buy at this level, and we've mentioned in some of the posts on social media that you can buy high and sell higher. So this is one of the cases where we'll be looking to buy high, and if the market goes above, let's say 2,400 rand and above, if we have a sell signal, we would have bought high and sold high. Yeah, so Rhodium ETF, it's the third asset that will be adding into our position. And then we've got some comment on some gold stocks, starting with okay, not all of them are gold. The first one that we're looking at, it's Anglo American Platinum. What we see here is a retest of the 200-day moving average again. So now at this level, if you didn't buy before, it might be an opportunity to buy. But something else that you need to note is that Anglo American Platinum could be forming a double top. As you see, there was this top, it went lower, and then now there is another top. So before you make an investment on Anglo American Platinum, you need to pay attention to the platinum futures and see if the platinum futures are in an uptrend or in a downtrend, just to make sure that you are not buying against the overall platinum market. So we are looking at this. So far, it looks like it closed above the 200-day moving average. We'll probably give it another day or two to see if it goes lower. If it goes lower, it will indicate that it just formed a double top, and then we'd expect the market to continue to trade lower. But if it maintains this level and then it closes up above the 200-day moving average, we will expect that this stock is going to trade higher and continue with the uptrend. And then the second stock that we're looking at, again, of which we've made a commentary on the Facebook groups that we are part of, we mentioned that this stock, it's at an area of value. Again, it's testing the 200-day moving average. As you can see, the trend is up. I think somewhere probably was sitting in the 200-day moving average. Then it had the first retest here, and then it broke above this level, 370 rand. It traded higher, and then it came back to retest this level around this, but it didn't touch the 200-day moving average. So now it traded all the way up to 640, and then started to retrace back to the 200-day moving average. Currently, it's trading at 438 rand per share. As you see, it looks like it has found support. So we are also monitoring this to see if it continues to hold the uptrend, of which we would expect it to trend higher and trade higher. Otherwise, it will break and close below the 200-day moving average, which will signify that the trend has changed. Another gold stock or resource stock that you are looking at is African Rainbow, of which it has done very well since May. It's been trading higher and it has held the uptrend very well, as it's been trading above the 20-day moving average, but then started to show a bit of weakness as it closed below the 20-day moving average, and then it further went and closed below the 50-day moving average. So now what we're expecting to see is whether it will find support here and continue to trade high up, or it will continue to trade lower, of which if it trades lower, we expect it to go lower until it finds support somewhere near the 200-day moving average. Whichever way it will play out, we'll be monitoring that, and we will take trade based on the strength. And also note that this it's not just the support on the 50-day moving average, but this was the previous resistance, and it broke that resistance around July, and now it's the first retest on this. So now we're expecting some confluence to play here. So if this support level holds, we expect the stock to trade up. Otherwise, if it fails, we expect it to trade lower, somewhere to the 200-day moving average, and then if it finds support, we expect it to continue with the uptrend. Otherwise, it goes down, everything break loose, it will start to trade lower. Another gold stock that you're looking at is TRT Gold, and there have been some comments on the market about this stock. Also, it's at the support level. As you can see, this was the previous resistance where it broke up in June, but the trend has been up since May 2019. It's been trading all the way up and then broke this resistance around June 2020, and it's the first time that it's coming back to retest this previous resistance level, which has now turned support, but also it has found a dynamic support on the 20-day moving average. So of all the gold stocks that you've just mentioned, this is the one that we'll be paying more attention to because of this confluence that you see. As you can see that when it came to the 200-day moving average, it bounced back with a bit of some volume here, showing a bit of strength from the buyers. So yeah, we are monitoring that, and we expect it to trade higher. Either it will find resistance somewhere at the 20-day moving average, but definitely we expect resistance around the 50-day moving average, because the moving average can act as support and it can also act as resistance depending where the price is in relation to the moving average. And then, as we mentioned, that we are looking at gold. As you can see, gold has been trending higher and higher until it started to show some weakness here. In fact, we were anticipating that gold was going to break at this trend line. We're expecting gold to break this trend line and trade higher up. Unfortunately, instead of breaking up, it just broke lower than the 50-day moving average. And when it broke and closed below here, because we have a CFD account, we started trading gold there. We shorted gold. Currently, that position is in profit. So now we're waiting for gold to come to this 200-day moving average, which also it's near the previous resistance. So now, how we're going to play these gold stocks? We'll be monitoring the gold futures. If it trades lower, we'll stay away from the gold stocks and see. But then again, we have to mention that the gold futures, it's not an indicative of the gold companies, because companies have other assets. They've got some balance sheet, all the fundamental stuff that is above our knowledge. So yeah, gold futures is not a direct indicative of the gold stocks. So if you want to use the futures as something to look at, keep that in mind, that the gold futures does not 100% reflect what is happening with the gold companies. And then updates on the previous trades that we took. So last week we had Impala and Simbang as our positions. We mentioned before that we bought Impala around May this year. So that position, at some point we were up 30%, but last week it started to show some weakness as it closed below the 50-day moving average. So we closed that whole position for about 25% return, and Impala will be paying dividend on Monday, 28th of September. So we sold this position after the last trading day to receive dividend. So we're expecting to receive dividend, but we've made some profit on the position itself. So for us, we are more on capital growth rather than income. But I mean, if there's dividend, we'll be able to receive dividend. So now, as of today, this trade is closed. We are also waiting to see if this company is going to continue to trade lower and come back and retest the 200-day moving average, or maybe there will be some strength so that it goes above the 50-day moving average and continue to trade higher up. Same thing with Simbang Gold. Okay, now it's called Simbang Stillwater. Yeah, we bought Simbang early this year in April. Here, at some point, we're up 105%. We took partial profit at 20%. We took another profit when it started to close below the 20-day moving average. And then we closed the whole position when it closed below the 50-day moving average. And yeah, that was last week, I think last week Tuesday or so. But on Monday, we had already received some dividend from Simbang. So overall, this was a profitable trade, as we were able to make some profit from the trade itself, and we held the position long enough that we were lucky to receive dividend. Our focal point is not on dividend. We buy something. If there's profit, if the stock starts to show some weakness, we sell it. Either we sell with profit if it shows weakness, or we sell at a loss if the stop level is hit. Whichever comes first, we exit the market. We don't wait for dividend. We don't care how the company performs. Yeah, we just trade in price action, not companies. And then one trade that didn't go well, it's the RMI. We bought RMI in July around 30 Rand per share. As you see, at that time, it held the 20-day moving average very well. So it traded, it went up, I think about 18%. We took partial profit there. And then at some point, it started to lose some momentum. It started to trade lower and lower. It closed below the 20-day moving average. Then it went to close below the 50-day, but it found some support on the 200-day moving average. Eventually, it just lost momentum and closed below the 200-day moving average. And for that reason, we are now exiting that position. So we no longer have a position on RMI. As I've mentioned with the gold stocks, as soon as the stock starts to show that it's losing momentum, we exit. We don't wait, because for us, we are not just traders, but we're trading price action. So if the price is showing weakness, we sell. If the price is showing strength, we buy. It doesn't matter whether the company is conceived by the public as a good company, a bad company, cheap company, expensive company. We don't care about that. We just want to see strength in price action. But with all the positions that we've closed, we do keep on monitoring those companies so that we see if it's gaining strength or it continues to lose momentum, so that we can make another buy or continue to stay on the side if it's showing some weakness. So just a quick recap, we are looking to add British American Tobacco into our portfolio. So it's going to be BTI. And also we will be adding Naspers. And the new position that we'll be adding is Rhodium ETF. As we mentioned, it's showing momentum. So for us, it doesn't matter whether you think we're buying at the top, we always have a stop level. So if it shows weakness, we get out. We know how much we risk based on the overall portfolio. We don't risk per trade. We risk on the overall portfolio, which is less than 2% of the overall portfolio. And then we will be monitoring Anglo American Platinum, whether it goes up or down. Anglo Gold Ashanti, we're also looking at it. African Rainbow Mineral, we're looking for direction, whether it finds support or not. And one company that we are interested on is TRT Gold. This one shows a lot of confluence compared to the other gold stocks. We mentioned that we are looking at gold futures as well, and we still have a short position on the CFDs. So we will be monitoring this because we have to monitor that position. And we gave update on the closed position, which is Impala and Simbang, and the recent one being RMI, where we took, I think it was about 5% loss, the price difference from where we bought to here, but it's less than 10%. So that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed this analysis and trade update. And if you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon so that you receive notification every time we upload a video. You can also like this video. If you've got some questions, comment, and suggestions, please leave a comment below. We will attend to each and every comment or question or any other concerns you might have. Thank you.